Let me ask you a question. Is it better to grow and scale your business, or is it better to actually make more profit in your business? Isn't it one and the same? What's really going on? What is the actual goal of business? And that's what this video is going to talk about today. My name is Jonathan. I'm a founder of a few different companies. I'm an entrepreneur. Some reasons why you should listen to me. I was a millionaire by 25, and my net worth has continued to grow since then. I have huge goals, so I'm always looking to get to the next level. I just learned a lot of lessons the hard way, and I shoot these videos to kind of help you out so you don't have to, and we can kind of shortcut your success. So, that being said, let's talk about exactly what is the goal of business. The goal of business should be to make as much profit as possible, right? So you have a question. Do you want to get big, or do you want to make money? Sometimes they're the same thing. Sometimes they're two separate things. And I know it sounds kind of crazy, but for instance, if we look back on my personal business history, I was in the restaurant business for a little bit. And for about a total of 5 years, I owned a total of about 3 to 4 restaurants, and I was helping manage a total of 15. So we got big, right? And what wound up happening was I wound up making less and less money every time we opened up a new restaurant, every time that we divided our thing, because we were focusing on getting big. We did not focus on the fundamentals of actually making money in the actual business itself, right? So when you're trying to scale something that's broken, it makes it much more difficult to actually become successful in business, because if you have no money and you have no profits, you can't really pay for any mistakes. And long story short, the restaurants actually wind up shutting down simply because every time we got big, we actually wind up making, on the profit side, less and less money with more and more work. So when it comes to should you get big or should you get profitable, the first thing that I learned is you should scale before you start scaling. So what does that mean? That means that the location that you're currently in now, you should be able to kind of max that out until the point where it's running on its own, things are running smoothly, and make sure that enough profit is coming out of that location before you start building out to multiple locations to start scaling. A lot of people think the scaling part is what's going to be needed, but many people actually start scaling too soon because the infrastructure is not in place. Because to be honest, the infrastructure, the most boring part of business itself. It's about putting procedures in place, what's called SOPs, standard operating procedures, which means these are kind of like checklists and guidelines for your team on how to duplicate themselves. Okay, if you want to pick up the phone, this is going to be step number 1. This is how you answer the phone. This is going to be step number 2 if the customer asks you this question. Step number 3, step number 4. All that stuff should be documented in writing, and for most business owners, that is the most boring part of all of business, simply because you're not making any more money, you're not really growing, you're just building out that foundation and building out that infrastructure, and nobody sees it on the back end. But the business owners who focus on the infrastructure of the business itself, those are the business owners that actually get to scale and then start scaling their business. And now every time they open up a new business, they don't have to work any extra harder because they have the system in place, and they actually start making more and more money. So if you think about my personal history, on the restaurant side, it was a franchise that we were franchisees of. I owned 3 restaurants myself, and I was managing a total of 15. As we were growing, it was super exciting, hiring new people. Yeah, we were making more money on the top end, but at the end of the day, we were actually making less money. We were losing money every single month, every time we opened up a new location. And that was not a cool feeling to be in, simply because we did not do our homework in the beginning, and we did not have the infrastructure in place to duplicate ourselves in a proven business model, right? This time around, I'm in the truck driving school business. So I have a truck driving school called Driving Academy, and we've been open for about 5 or 6 years. And the old me would have been like, hey, let's open up year number 3, let's open up another school, and then another one, and then another one, and I would follow that same track. But what I decided to do is, hey, let's focus on the operations here at this one location. Even though it might be boring, even though it might be not sexy, let's make sure that everything is set up and lined up in place, so by the time we are ready to start scaling, things are moving forward. So we've been open for about 5 or 6 years now, and last year is when we actually became a franchise. So we actually now are in the position where everything is duplicatable enough where now we can start scaling, because we scaled at our individual location and we made sure that it was working without me involved every single day, right? So if you have to be involved as the owner every single day, you're probably not ready to start scaling to multiple locations, because you can't split yourself in half. I thought I was able to. I thought I was Superman in the beginning when it came to the restaurants, but it did not work well for me, right? You can only be at one place at one time. And if you want to go big, then you should actually get big with a purpose, and it should increase your lifestyle. It should make you help more money, and it should help you to create a bigger difference in the world, no matter what type of product or service that you are selling. So when you're deciding, hey, should I scale or should I just make more money? Focus on making more money first. The second step is going to be, okay, how can I make the same amount of money without being in the day-to-day operations of that location? And then the third step, once you've conquered that, now you're ready to go and open up the next location and the following, simply because you have a strong foundation to build everything moving forward, right? So I'll kind of wrap this up in a very simple example. Say you had some money and all of a sudden now you want to start to build your dream house. So you put a foundation down, and now your dream house then was a 1-floor dream house. All of a sudden now you came back with some more money and said, hey, contractor, put another floor on there. So they said, okay, we can put another floor on there, no big deal. You had more money, you had a great year. That's the same thing, hey, I want to open up another location. Then all of a sudden the contractor comes in and, hey, the second floor is almost done. How was your year? Oh, my year was amazing. Let's put another floor on there. Let's put a third floor on there. Now all of a sudden it has 3 floors, but the foundation was only built for 1 floor. And now you're actually able to move in and you have a huge party with this new dream house of yours, right? But because the foundation was not built for the 3 floor, what actually winds up happening during the party is it starts collapsing and everybody dies. Simply because you started scaling before you actually scaled out your actual operations and build a foundation. So do not kill your business by scaling, because many businesses try to go open up many locations, and I've seen the back end of it, and if they don't have the fundamentals in place, it's definitely going to hurt everybody and all the employees in the meantime, and nobody wins, right? So it's the best thing to do is make sure that you have the foundation in place, get the fundamentals, and then you can start building up multiple locations with integrity and the ability to duplicate without adding extra more work for you itself as the owner. So if you like this video, make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. We're always here to help you out. And like I said, my goal is to give you the success much faster than what it took me to get there. And I spent a whole lot of money to try to get this information so you don't have to. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. If you want to just watch more of our videos now, click on any of these right over here. Or if you want to learn more about how we help people grow every single day, click on the link to learn more. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.